Hello. Good morning. Hello. Beautiful day here. I am at the Oasis de Artes. I'm up in Kamui, Puerto Rico in the mountains. The breeze is blowing. It's just paradise up here. So I realized how to make my life into the one that I imagined most all of my life. My dream, my destiny, my ultimate oasis, right? It's so cool. I even named it the Oasis de Artes. I think it's so cool. So I am here sharing a few wisdom insights. And today the word that came up was a psychology hub. And the part that I love about that is that it sounds so academic. It sounds so serious. The psychology hub. Yeah. And wisdom insights. Another really deep, heavy topic, which to me means people want proven strategies. They want to know the real deal. They don't want this fluff. They surely don't want a whole bunch of crap out of an AI bot. And so I've decided I have to come back online. I have to come back to being me on camera, which, trust me, I really don't like. I hate this. I hate this part of it. But I have to get past that. So I have to show people how to get past it. I show it. It's what I do. That's why I'm here. Okay? So subscribe, follow along. If you're with me this far, so cool. Because that means you want to find something better in your life. And I hate to tell you this, but it means you're going to have to change something. Because if you keep doing what you've done, you're going to keep getting the same stuff, obviously, right? And we've talked about it like it was a recipe and I'm trying to make bread. I have to have good ingredients. Yeah, I have to have good flour and I have to have ingredients, but I have to have the recipe and I have to have an oven. So it's difficult. And why not talk to the master chef that knows how to make bread without even looking at a piece of paper? That to me seems obvious, which is why I'm here back online. So let's come back in my garden tour because this is a whole new idea. I am doing something nobody ever really does. It's life coaching in a garden, outdoors, nature, paradise. It's based on all the strengths and all the passions that you have in your mind, your gifts, your types of intelligences. I was an award-winning school teacher that knows how to tap into these like superpowers that just didn't get tapped into. And yeah, it's about art. It's about art. It's about legacy and family and traditions of where we all come from. So yes, I'm wearing some clothes that are very sentimental to me, but they're world, they're true. This is global honor. These are the wisdom insights, the psychology hub. Can you imagine a psychology hub in a garden or a classroom in a garden? Yeah. So I was a reading teacher and I realized there's a couple of reading skills that just people didn't learn. School was bad. I understand. Let's learn them. It's simple. Reading strategy 5 is the one I hit yesterday. And I'm going to talk about that for a minute now, because we have to figure it out. I'm here trying to figure things out. It's an experiment. It's a laboratory. It is. I know it is. I'm running a test. I'm a crazy scientist wizard, right? That's crazy. I know. But this is why I'm moving the camera around, because you have to change your perspective. You have to stop. If you're running on autopilot and if you're just on that day-to-day treadmill, I know, I feel you. I'm sorry. I feel you. I understand. It's me saying hi. Good morning. Okay? I understand that treadmill is very real. People are on it. That's why they're looking here for insights off YouTube. So number one, you got to stop. You have to center yourself. Stop, center yourself. I have a compass. It's a 4-point tool. Are you this way or are you that way? It's real simple. And if the first one is respect, can you respect yourself? Can you be, and the second one, honest with yourself? Because and if you can do it with yourself, can you give it to other people? Can you be honest with what you say and what you do? Can you be respectful? If you respect yourself, to me, that means you have to follow these gifts and these talents and your values, not go running around with other stuff that you don't agree with. So for example, in a betrayal, someone has promised you something and then they've broken their word. They've lied. They've broken trust. That hurts. But you also have to be brave enough to say, I'm not going to believe that anymore. And I'm going to step out of that trance of that person that I believed all this stuff from, because it's hurting me. And if a person can't separate what they do compared to what all the world is doing, that's where we're having this problem. So again, get back to centering yourself. Stop, center, and think. Think. So reading standard 5, this is the teacher part. Reading standard 5 is the cause and effect. It's a timeline. In literature, it's a function of structure. How is the story organized with the cause and the effect? What was the real trigger for the problem? And you have to peel it back and you have to say, well, this happened. It's like, yeah, but that happened because this happened and this happened and that happened. And that then gets me back to my initial chart from the other day here of initially trying to stop and say, okay, this was where it blew up. Let's work backwards. What did you do? What did I do that blew up? Okay, what was the motivator? What was the assumption? What was the problem before that? What was the problem before that? What was the other problem before that? And how does, something else comes in that's going to trip this up. But then this one's left waiting. I mean, you have to really break it down on a piece of paper with a pencil in a timeline. And if you can do that, then you're moving forward trying to solve your problem. So to me, when I say it's time to stop and think, gather yourself, pull it in, it's to help you solve a problem. And so someone here is saying I'm goofy. I know, I have to be, because it's a really difficult situation for somebody when they've made a lot of mistakes and they're really struggling. They're really struggling. You lost your job. Your car broke down. Your phone bill's late. Your kids are screaming. All that's going on. And you have to be able to stop and you have to say, okay, wait a minute. Wait. Where are my assets? What do I have that I can use to help pull myself out of this? Where is my strength? Where are my superpowers? Because all of that anxiety of running around, it's very real. I'm not saying it's not real. It's very real, but it's hurting you. And you have to be able to put it down and then look at it with the precision of an instrument, like a tool, like a compass, that either says, is it this or is it that? Yes or no? Is it this or is it that? Yes or no? And that if you get through those, you'll then know which way to go because you'll have figured it out. And it's this, like I said, the timeline of cause and effect. It's reading standard 5. And if you can stop and think about your life like it's a story on a movie, and you have to kind of step back from it like you're the director, in order to then look at it without the emotions and think, well, why would that person act that way? What was going on with them? And why did they think this way? And peeling that back. That's my insight for the day. That's the psychology hub out here in the garden. So I'm here in Puerto Rico. It's up in the northwest corner in a beautiful town called Kamui. And it's something different at night. We're talking politics because actually it's tonight. Tuesday night is the wayfinding station, the nighttime deep dive, because this is a real problem that I've got a simple solution to. Like I said, I was talking about betrayal and what happens when you've been hurt and what happens when the struggle can be pushed back to a couple of different people and you have to say, I don't want to do that anymore. We have to find peace. We have to negotiate. We have to talk with respect. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I do here. Isn't this fun? Awesome. I have to go. Have a great day. See me tonight. Come tonight. Betrayed by Trump guide on the nighttime station. Betrayed by Trump guide. Websites, Joy West Press and betrayedbytrump.org. That's the place. All right, gotta go. Bye. Have a great day. Bring art into your world. Art is magic. Bring art into your